I've got a topic that is near and dear to my heart. The first video I'm gonna watch is about your mom. Let's get it. That is a woman on my screen. Why is she pixelated though? That is my only question.
Police say this is the house a young child is...
It's probably the news video. The news is pixelated. They're filming on fucking 41080p or whatever it fucking is called. But yeah, I finally found you, woman. So I'm gonna take this moment to watch you. Feels good. Now let's go.
This is the house a young child escaped from and went to a neighbor's house asking for food and water. They said that...
Bro, I thought Washington was in DC, not fucking Utah, bro. What the fuck is this shit?
The child was severely malnourished along with another one they found inside the same home.
Give me a second, woman. Am I in another universe where there's Washington in a different state than DC? Am I in parallel universe right now? I might just be. My brain is. It's out of this world.
Now, we talked to neighbors in this area, and they said that they don't really know the homeowner of this home very well, but she's in business with a woman who has gained a huge following online, with YouTube videos getting hundreds of thousands of views.
Sabina, mom's a full-time job, but...
Popular Utah family vlogger Ruby Frankie was arrested Wednesday.
Is your voice behind me? Are you in my room right now? Like, what the fuck is this audio, bro?
41-year-old mother of 6 is known for sharing clips of her children's daily lives on
Jesus?
their now-defunct YouTube
Is
channel.
Jesus a
I don't know
female?
how many of you guys are OG enough to remember about 2 years ago I made a video on the former YouTubers known as 8Passenger.
I must not be OG enough because I don't remember you ever making a video on this woman.
It was this family vlogging channel that was horrible. There's countless videos on YouTube about how horrible this woman is. I say it was because his YouTube channel got completely deleted. At their peak, they had 2.2 million subscribers, over 1,000 videos, and over 1 billion views.
Another big YouTuber that turned out to be a bad person. Who would have saw that coming? I know, myself, because I know every single YouTuber and Twitch streamer, if they haven't got one viewer, then they are evil. Because power equals, more power equals evil. That's how the world works.
And the stuff they used to upload is just your typical family-friendly stuff. Hey guys.
You're spoiling Spider-Man for me right now. Is this even Spider-Man? I don't know, but I think it is. I haven't played this game yet, bro. Spoilers, man. Ow, I hurt my hand, bro. My desk fucking fought back. I don't know. English, not my first language. My first language is Mandarin.
Guys, look, here's my kid, and this is me being funny and quirky with my kid. But it also...
Why is he not in his uniform of Spider-Man? Like, that is my question of this gameplay.
Crumbling about 2 years ago when a lot of stuff was coming out about this family, and I don't think kids should be exploited by their parents for content and for views and money. They are YouTubers who just have kids for the sake of getting content out. Oh no, the baby that...
Hey, my sister only had kids just because she wanted kids, but she didn't want to be a parent. So I'm kind of confused why she wanted the kids. I don't fucking know. Beats the hell out of me. Probably because of the power trip that she could go on, like telling kids off and what to do. People just love the power. Like, big YouTubers are evil because they have too much money and power. Because they have the power. If they shit talk another YouTuber who's smaller than them, their viewers they have the power to send their viewers over to that YouTube channel to hate on that person, to mass dislike them. So yeah, that's probably why people want to be parents nowadays. It's not for the parenting side, it's for the power side of things. Because they like to tell kids what to do. They like the power to tell them to get into the bath, to go to bed, to brush their teeth. Like, parents love that sense of power. So I'm pretty sure that's why my sister had kids. Because when it come to the parenting side of things, she always relied on my mother, the grandmother of her kids. If you don't know how families work, if your daughter opens her legs and then she has a baby, then I think you're the grandparent. I'm pretty sure if that's your daughter. I'm pretty sure. and I'm the uncle because that's my sister, I'm pretty sure. But I don't fully understand how life works. I just know that I'm here, I'm living, I'm breathing. That's all that I know about life. I don't even know who created the universe. I just know that it was here before I got here, so I will leave it at that. I don't care if that was boom boom cavemen in the past. I don't care if Jesus Christ was alive in the past or God was alive in the past. I'm just focusing on my own life. My own life is as complicated as it is without going into the past. That's what I was trying to say, but my brain just switched off. I was about to friggin' shut down as a person looking like a robot, like power down.
Out 6 years ago, it's now getting a little older and it's not as cute as it used to be. So let me have a new baby for content so I can have content for the next 5, 6, 7 years. As messed up as that sounds, that's a reality for a lot of
But at least my sister didn't have kids just so she could throw them up on social media. Millions of viewers for watching my kid have a shit. Bro, you could do that. You could watch a fully grown man have a shit, but you don't want to. So why would you want to watch a kid having a shit? That's kind of sus, bro. You know, but these family channels, they fucking film every single thing, and you're like, bro, I don't need to know what they're doing in their bedroom, bro. That is private manner. You know what I did as a kid in my bedroom? I used to play video games, and I used to shout so loud at the video game that my mother would hear me in the fucking garden. That's what I used to do as a kid. And at the same time, what did I actually... I wasn't doing YouTube at the time. What was I doing? Oh, playing cars on my floor. Like, I had like these like tub of cars. I gave them away to charity because I got too old to play with cars on the floor. But I had this like collection of cars that I fucking played with on the floor. So yeah. And I spent most of my time doing that because I wasn't a big gamer in the past. Nowadays I'm a big loser, so when I got bigger and bigger as a loser, then when my loser status was 100, that's when I started playing more and more video games and watching more and more videos and watching more and more live streams. So yeah, back in the past I used to like just play with little cars and little wrestlers. You know, you could get these like wrestlers in packs and you could make them wrestle each other and fight each other and suck each other off, because I was a bit sus back then. But I've grown up. I gave all those away to charity. I had a big ass wrestling ring as well. It was like not the size of my house, not the size of WWE's wrestling ring, but it was a miniature version of a wrestling ring, and that's what they used to fight in. I didn't used to have like what I think I watched a YouTuber that has like this whole ass stage looking like an arena with wrestlers in the crowd, and then they would do wrestling matches in the ring, and I didn't used to have that like whole collection. I just had a wrestling ring, and I used to just make the wrestlers come out like where my bed was, so that would be the backdrop of the stage, and they would just waddle into the ring like they're a fucking penguin when they're not. They're meant to be a wrestler, but I didn't know how to make people walk back then. Nowadays, I still don't know how I walk. It's a miracle. The amount of accidents I've had as a kid is a miracle that I'm still walking.
Family-friendly vlogger channels. Colleen Ballinger comes to mind. 8 Passengers comes to mind. Ace Family comes to mind. And about 24 hours ago, it came out that a kid from that family escaped the house and begged for help. Apparently, the mother was extremely abusive. Ruby Frankie Arrest, the 8 Passengers creator, has been...
I think behind the scenes, some people are just full-on assholes. I used to be that. Where if you were interrupted during a live stream or a YouTube video, like recording, in her case, the kid wasn't doing what she wanted it to do, so she was like probably whooping its ass for not doing something for the video, something really specific for the video. So that's probably when she would like get abusive and start yelling and whooping the kid's ass, which is very evil. It's a kid, it's not your prop for your fucking video. But I used to be a full-on asshole. I used to, when someone would open my door and I'm recording, I'd be like, get out. Nowadays I'd just be like, oh, dinner's ready? Oh, okay, I'll be down there in a few minutes, bruh. Or I'll just simply say, okay. I think you've heard me when I talk to people when they walk in and don't knock on the door. I could be fucking choking the chicken and they could be walking in on some sus ass shit. But yeah, they just open the door and be like, dinner's ready, and I'm like, okay. Because but when I first started doing YouTube videos, when I'm recording, I'd be like, get the fuck out, don't come in here, man, I'm recording. And I stutter 100 fucking times, so I can't be interrupted right now. But nowadays I'm like, dinner's ready? Okay. Simple as that. And I think that's a better way to go around it, is like, because people are understanding when you're learning that I need to go and do something like eat dinner because that's how I fucking survive, or I want to go and talk to my families because of I hear them outside my door, so I'll think, hey, this is a good time to get up and go and talk to them while I'm watching either a live stream. But if it's a video, I'll pause it and then I'll go over to Twitch and then I'll play a live stream and then I'll go and talk to them for a little bit and then I'll come back. So I'm not too much of an asshole nowadays unless I get angry, because they won't like me when I get angry, because I turn into the Hulk and I start flipping shit. So yeah. But I'm reformed. I've learned how to like not get angry at somebody interrupting my recordings or Twitch streams, because I've learned that nobody watches me, so why does it matter if they walk in or not? Exactly. But if I was a big YouTuber, I'd probably turn into that asshole that I was in the past, so I'm kind of grateful that I don't have any viewers, because otherwise, actually I probably wouldn't live here, would I? So nobody would walk in on me recording or streaming if I was big, so never mind. But when it comes like when you grow your brand, you get more power to like do whatever you want. So you can become an asshole and nobody cares. They as long as you provide content for them, they don't care if you're an asshole or not. But this woman, she didn't learn that she wasn't big enough to treat people like shit. So that's what ruined her career. She didn't learn that you have to get big first and then be an asshole second. You have to build this loyal fan base, otherwise being an asshole does not work. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna end the stream right now. Forger April Fools.
The mother behind a former famous family YouTube channel has been arrested under suspicion of 2 counts of aggravated child abuse. The child ran to the neighbor's house to get help, asked for food and water. According to the statement, the neighbors noticed the kid had duct tape on their ankles and wrists and decided to call the police. The child was taken to...
Bro! She was tying them to a fucking chair or a fucking pipe or some shit that I've seen in movies before. What the fuck? Like, why would you do that to your own child? Like, why are you holding them captive? What, because they're literally, you're treating them as your prop for a video, bro? Man, those children should have been taken away from you from birth, bro. Doing that to a child is unspeakable, like, bro. You don't fucking you don't tie adults up to a chair, let alone fucking kids, bro. If I was tied up right now, I'd be fucking scared. It would scar me for life as an adult, let alone as a fucking kid. But yeah, that's the example of how to not parent. They're not your props for videos, they're literally kids. Let them do what kids do, like what I used to do. I used to play with cars, on my floor. I used to play with wrestlers. Holy shit, JR, that's a suplex. I used to play video games. Fuck you, you fucking wanker, man, because I wasn't good at FIFA 07. I love FIFA 07 nowadays, but I didn't enjoy it back in the past. I kept on losing match after match back then, and then FIFA somehow, over the years, they just made it easier and easier. Or maybe I found the difficulty option and I downed the difficulty. One or the other, I don't know.
To the hospital where they were treated for severe wounds. What blows my mind is that this family who once again made over 1 billion views. You guys know how much money you made if you hit 1 billion views? Like,
let me do the maths. So 1 billion views. Let's just do maths. I'm very slow, so 1 billion. So 1 million, because I think for every million you get 1,000, so 1 million viewers. Quick maths, bruh. So she's a millionaire now. Because I'm pretty sure if you got 1 million viewers, that would be £1,000 in your pocket. That is like the average Joe earning £1,000 a month. So yeah. So my maths, if my maths is correct, it is 1 million. She's a millionaire now.
1 billion, you've made millions of dollars, okay? How can you not...
1 million, bro. Not millions. 1 million. Unless she got 2 billion viewers, that would be 2 million. Lucky bitch, man. But she still didn't have that loyal fan base to keep her career after abusing her kids. So yeah.
Water or food. It seems like the woman, the mother, Ruby, is an abusive piece of shit. This is something that's been going on for like 3 years. Sadly, we cannot go back to their YouTube channel and see everything because it seems like she deleted it, so there's no evidence to be found. But we do have this video, and I very vividly remember I used this as part of my old video that came out 2-3 years ago.
Oh, did she used to abuse them on camera? Because like that is just self-snitching on yourself. You have reported yourself. You have told everybody that you're the imposter, bro. Like literally. So if you recorded yourself beating your kids or tying them up to a pipe or a fucking chair, then you're stupid, because like who the fuck would want to film that? You would want to keep it on the hush hush, like buying drugs from your local drug dealer. But no, apparently she wanted to film a new series and make it a trend of beating kids, bruh. I don't get it. That's what it's saying to my brain right now, so I'm reacting to it. But yeah, if you, who did she think wanted to see that kind of content though? Other abusive parents, probably, or outraged people, because outraged people coming onto your channel, you're getting the clicks still, and you're getting them subscriptions because they hate subscribing you and they hate watching you, and that's still making you money. So she might have done it for those haters because she knew it would get loads of haters, but hey, that's money in her pocket, so she's okay with getting haters. But one thing she didn't consider is people will come out of the shadow realm to come and whoop her ass like she whooped her kid's ass, because people get very angry with that shit so much that they are willing to track you down and fucking give you a piece of your own medicine served to you on a silver spoon. Open up, motherfucker, here comes the airplane.
About this lady.
The 41-year-old mother of 6 is known for sharing clips of her children's daily lives on their now defunct YouTube channel, 8 Passengers.
Oh, it was just their daily lives, unless I assume that's she had like this script of them to do, like play with a toy car on the floor or play with your toys, and if they didn't want to do that, she would be like, "Boo, don't you talk back to me, come on, you're going to the tie up seat," and then she fucking tie them up like they're a fucking Thanksgiving turkey. I guess she couldn't afford turkey that one Thanksgiving, so she used her own fucking kids.
Today, she and her business partner, Jody Hillebrand, are accused of abusing some of them.
Why am I hearing two sounds at the same time, bro?
The bedroom was taken away for 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
I was sleeping on a beanbag to come over. They gave my room back like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's so funny. I'm a multi-millionaire, but I'm making my kid sleep in a fucking beanbag despite having a big ass.
Oh, so that was his story time, telling the audience, "Yo, I'm sleeping on a beanbag. Please send help." And she laughed it off thinking it was a joke, and then the audience probably thought, oh, he's making a joke, let's laugh with him, ha ha ha, that's funny. Little did they know it was his life. That's sad.
So funny.
I think the saying goes, every joke has a bit of truth to it, and that was one that had a lot of truth to it,
I'm
unfortunately.
not being back.
The face you make when you're abusing your kids for content on YouTube.
Exactly.
It seems to be
Like, you go Chinese, that's number one, and then you have, like, you whiten your teeth so you can smile. That's why I don't smile, because I never whiten my teeth. And my teeth, like, I've had ingrowing teeth my whole life, so my teeth are all kinds of messed up. That is why I don't need to do proper dental care, because, like, they were messed up from birth. It just friggin' started overlapping my gums. So I have, like, teeth that are meant to be where they are, and then I have teeth that, like, literally have grown into my gums higher up than they're supposed to be, overlapping my other teeth. So my teeth are looking like a fucking, I don't know, something that you'd find in the sea, like a shark or some shit, I don't know.
bigger.
That's why I don't smile. If you ever wondered why I don't smile, that's why, because I have some teeth that just God didn't give me good teeth, he gave me bad teeth. I'm blaming you, God, for my dental care. It's your fault.
If this was my mom, I would straight up beat her up. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're my mom. Like, if you're acting like this and you're treating me like this, I don't give a fuck. I'll beat you up. If we're making millions of dollars, I'm not going to sleep in a fucking bean chair, okay? That's disrespect.
Well, that is leaked. This YouTuber is fucking violent. Exposed, bro. Like, this YouTuber has admitted that he would whoop his mother's ass. If she made me sleep on a beanbag chair, would I? No, I'd just sleep on the floor. That's plain and simple. I'd rather sleep on a floor than a fucking beanbag chair. I ain't fucking sleeping on beans, I'm sleeping on the floor. And that's not too bad, because like, your body just stays leveled, and that's what your body's supposed to do when you're laid down. So I think it's good for your spine to sleep on the floor. Not saying that it's still not abuse, because, like, it's better to sleep in a bed than on a floor, but it's good for the spine, I think.
Impactful to me, and I don't know how you don't cut that
That's
out.
why I have no problems if I go to one of my far distant family members' house. I have no problem sleeping on the floor, because I've heard that it's good for your spine. Who have I heard that from? Google, so I believe everything that I see on the internet. Yeah, a doctor didn't tell me that, a scientist didn't tell me that, Google told me that.
Probably thought she was unstoppable and she could do no wrong, because her friends who were like 3 years old would never notice. Just very strange behavior. Yeah, let me make my kid's life more miserable by taking away their fucking room.
We should go.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I'm sleeping on a beanbag since October. They gave my room back like 2 weeks ago.
Police say a clearly malnourished 12-year-old child crawled out of the window of Hildebrand's Ivans area home. A neighbor called 911 when he showed up at their house asking for food and water. Officers say his wrists were
Bro,
taped.
I've got a question, one of the biggest questions of the year. What fucking neighbour lives all the way out of here, bro? Like, this is in the middle of nowhere. What fucking neighbours do you have, bro? Like, that one old dude, like, who has retired so he doesn't need to go to work every day. Maybe that's the one dude that fucking saved that kid's life, but that is good, because she thought nobody was out in the desert. Little did she know, she had neighbours next door for that kid to go to. If that one neighbour wasn't there in that area, that kid would probably be as good as dead. And she probably purposefully picked a house like this because it's in the middle of nowhere. There's no police station nearby, there's no fucking shops nearby, there's literally nobody to hear you scream and cry. Apart from that one neighbour that they had. So, props to that neighbour for picking a weird place to live, as well as the woman.
He had wounds from being tied up across his body. Investigators say they found a 10-year-old girl inside the same house who was also malnourished. Frankie's family vlogs ended without a specific reason given. Frankie now works for the Utah County company Connections, along with Hildebrandt. It's described as a treatment program for those with mental health and addiction issues. Connections has been the subject of a lot of controversy, specifically for its teachings on parenting. Many of Frankie's siblings are also online content creators. Her sisters released a social media statement saying, quote, "Ruby was arrested, which needed to happen. Jody was arrested, which needed to happen. The kids are now safe." Frankie...
A happy ending that doesn't include a massage first. I love that, man. Happy endings, bro. But at the end of the day, that neighbour was obviously a good person and wasn't out there to like become a serial killer or anything. Maybe it was just a cheap place to stay and he needed a place to retire, so it was a win-win situation for him. So props to that neighbour for alerting authorities, and they're like, "Where the fuck are you, bro?" In the middle of nowhere. There's only one house in Utah, Washington, that's in the middle of nowhere. I know where you are. Say less. They hang it up and they're like, "Wheel, wheel, wheel," and "You're under arrest, bitch." Kicks down the door. Put your hands behind your back. "She's got a gun." I don't know if she had a gun, but yeah, her ass got arrested, so that's the happy ending in this case, and hopefully her kids will find a better house with... I don't think they should go into care, because I heard care is very abusive, just as abusive, if not more abusive than their original parents. But they should go to a good family, hopefully, and not into a very scary care, because care is fucking abusive, I've heard from the stories from inside of care. And where did I hear them? Same place that I get all my information from, Google.
Eldest daughter Sherry
Don't talk to me,
posted
phone.
this picture on Instagram,
Just in case it was about to talk to
In
me.
the next line, she said her family is glad justice was served. She wrote,
Mate, I'm not even in the family tree, I'm not in the bloodline. I am glad that justice was served, bruh. Because I'm watching this video because one of my YouTubers have reacted to this whole situation. So I wanted to react to this whole situation, like, because I saw, oh, disgusting parent, I wonder what that's about. It got my interest, and I thought, okay, I'll steal that title, put reaction on the end, and I'll steal the thumbnail and I'll stick it on my own channel. And hopefully this guy doesn't roast me, because these commentary channels, they are known for being cyberbullies. So if I get cyberbully, bully the bully back, please, because I don't want to deal with people telling me to KYS every single day of my life. I'm just watching a video, goddammit. I did nothing wrong apart from stealing titles and thumbnails, but I did nothing wrong. XQC does that. So if XQC can do it and he's an established creator, so can I as a small creator. It's not gonna fuck with his analytics because I'm I'm nobody. And if I get bigger than him, it's because I had a better title than him. So that's my logic. Yeah.
"We've been trying to tell police and CPS for years about this," end quote. According to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, Frankie is still in custody.
It's about a woman committing child abuse because she used her children as props for a video. And she thinks it's funny that she made her son sleep on a beanbag chair rather than in a bed. So, and she used to, I think she tied up her kids by the sound of it, and her kid escaped, jumped through a window and told the neighbour, who alerted the police. And they were living in the middle of nowhere, so I don't know how the sheriff department got out there, but I'm pretty sure they just said, oh, I live in a house in a desert, and they immediately knew where it was, because how many houses are in deserts, bro? There's not many.
And she should.
So now you're filled in.
And
Pause.
she gets jail time. And it's so funny to hear that she works at a mental health place. 8 passengers, Frankie, that crazy bitch. She's. You cannot make this up. But just imagine if a bully got hired to help out the suicide line. The person would be like, yeah, you know what, dog, you should just end your whole...
Hey, they should hire me, because I would literally be the realest guy ever on those phone lines. I'd be like, yeah, you're gonna die anyway, so you might as well just do it. Like, I'd be the best suicide hotline, because the point of suicide hotline is that you want to create more deaths, isn't it? Or is it the opposite? I don't know. I have never worked at suicide hotline. I'd probably lose my job in a day if I worked at one, judging from the things that I just said.
Oh shit, you're useless, you're pathetic, the world will be better off without you, bye, ho. Do people not
Hey,
get back?
that is true. Now I'm going to do that tonight, bruh. Sensitive look what Sensitive taught me to do. Grab a rope, grab a stool, and have a stool and rope party.
Check, how did this even happen? Can you imagine the advice this woman is giving to other people? That's one plot twist I did not see coming. I don't know how these people get jobs here, you know, I'm sure.
Her advice is probably my advice. Just be happy. Forehead.
Connections, but it'll be the last job that you ever fucking get. And when it comes to like hurting kids and tying them up and, you know, making them starve and shit, it's like, how can you do that to a kid who doesn't have any hate? How can you be such a horrible, disgusting human being to the point where you're hurting kids? Do you guys know how fucked up the situation was?
Bro, I just realised that I was watching Fortnite gameplay. Or is it Spider-Man? And why are you ringing me, ear? Bro, you're not a phone, you're an ear. Start acting like it, bro. This is 2023 and you can't identify as a phone, ear.
The point where a little kid had to escape their house via a window. For years, the Frankie
See?
family faced...
I was right, bro. See, always trust everything that I say, because I might not understand the world like while I'm watching these videos, but I understand a few details. So yeah, I filled you in really good.
Criticism for their parenting style. Rumors of child abuse started circulating in summer of 2020. Cannot think of a good reason. Hey, Americano.
What does your old ass want, Grandpa? Get back into retirement.
Listen, a valid, fair reason why you would need to take your kid's room for 7 months. Unless, I don't know, they got someone pregnant, they robbed the bank, they killed someone, they went full EDP on someone. What was the reason? In one video, Frankie says she wouldn't...
How would a kid go EDP on somebody if they're a kid? Wouldn't that be legal? That's my first question of the day. But at the same time, if they robbed somebody, it's deserved that they're sleeping on the floor now, because if you're gonna take stuff away from other people, you deserve everything to be taken away from you. That's what I would do to my kids if they robbed somebody. Like, shit, they wouldn't even be in a bedroom. I'd create a fucking prison cell in my own house and stick them in it and lock them up and be like, you see this key? Out the fucking window. Now try to escape, bitch ass. And I'd have bars on the window, because obviously that's her only mistake, is not having bars on the window. If she had bars, that daughter could have never escaped to fucking snitch on them, which is a good thing that she didn't, because it was a very illegal thing and fucked up thing for a parent to do to their own kid.
A packed lunch in for her daughter Eve, who was just 6 years old at the time, because the child forgot to pick it up before school. The girl is 6 years old. I'm 24, and sometimes
Wait, I need to rewatch that story. That just went in one ear and out the other. Frankie said she wouldn't bring a packed lunch in for her daughter Eve. Don't they cook you dinner at school? They did for me. That's number one. Who was just 6 years old at the time, because the child forgot to pick it up before school. But again, don't they cook you food at school? Like, I'm pretty sure you can have free school meals. This led to allegations that Frankie was starving her daughter, so the school was onto the parent and being like, this parent is sus. Frankie is very sus right now. And then when it came out on the news, they were like, I was right, goddammit, I should have alerted the authorities, but I didn't have enough evidence. I was still doing my detective work, and I'm not even a detective, I'm a fucking school teacher.
Time because the child forgot to pick it up before school. The girl is 6 years old. I'm 24, and sometimes I forget.
If you're a teacher and you have a gut feeling that something doesn't seem right with a parent, it probably is because something isn't right. Alert the authorities, have social services turn up at their house, like, do everything to safeguard that child, because that is your job, Mr. Teacher or Mrs. Teacher. I used to have females as well as male teachers in my schools, and they were all assholes.
forget shit. You know, sometimes I forget to bring my lunch when I go to school or, you know, when I go out. It's like, it happens, okay? It happens. Especially when you're 6. Like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this is very clearly a family who didn't care about their kids, even if it sounds tragic. This is one of those things where they did it, they had kids, and they vlogged it just for views, money. The definition of aggravated child abuse includes starvation.
I used to refuse to eat at school because on one of the schools that I went to, the food tasted very awful, and then what happened was a teacher would notice that I wouldn't eat at lunch times, so they would be like, do you want some crackers, which isn't calling me a cracker, it's literally a food item, because Twitch, you can't ban me for saying a food item. So he was like, do you want some biscuits or crackers? And I was like, yeah, I don't eat. So what he was like, try one of these biscuits, I promise that you'll like them. And then he said, try one of these crackers, I promise that you'll like them. And that's what started me getting to eat a little bit more and more. And then I realised there was pasta, they were serving pasta, one of the best dishes ever. And it actually looked and smelled nice, and I was like, bruh, this time I'm not going to have biscuits or crackers, I'm going to opt out for some pasta. I ate the pasta, surprisingly good. So I started eating a lot more and more school meals until I just literally loved the food. Whoever was the chef at that school, my last school that I went to, that I graduated from, perfect. It was just perfect food. The school before that, fucking dog shit. That's why I didn't eat any more school meals, because dogs. I started out in secondary school like, actually let's go back to memory lane, primary school. So in primary school I would literally eat school meals and I wouldn't have a problem. Secondary school I would eat school meals, wouldn't have a problem, and we used to have like this fingerprinting thing that you'd scan your fingerprint and then put your money into this like tin thing, and then every dinner time you just scan your fingerprint to pay for your school meal, and then you'd eat. So and that food was really nice. One of the times, like, I had a cold and I was eating, I was on the dessert, and this time, like, my nose were leaking, like, it was like a bogey that was stuck on the bridge of my nose, and it was literally pointing downwards, and I heard one woman say his nose, and this guy was just pissing himself laughing, and then a teacher who was sat next to me said, do you want to clean that? And I said, yes please, and then I just wiped my nose and cleaned my hand because it dripped onto my hand, and then after cleaning myself up I finished what I was eating. I think it was apple crumble with some custard at that time, but yeah, that was very disgusting. That was the most disgusting thing. But after that I went to a school which was like this behaviour school, because of I guess my behaviour wasn't to par for the academy school that I went to, so they sent me to a behaviour school, and their food would be trash. Their food would be straight trash. I'm glad I got kicked out of that school. I wasn't me when I was hungry, so I needed a Snickers, but I don't like Snickers, so I wouldn't eat that either. But yeah, and so that probably led to me fucking lashing out at every kid and every adult. I'm just saying, it wasn't because they would cook really disgusting food and I wouldn't eat. So I wasn't me when I was hungry. So I got kicked out of that school because I was like abusing the teachers and some of the kids. So I got sent to another school, and then that school, they wouldn't expel or exclude you. They wouldn't send you home, and they wouldn't expel you. What they would do is shove you into a quiet room, restrain you, putting your ass down on the floor on your belly, and them holding your hands so you can't fight, and them laying on your legs like they're police officers. They used to get trained at the police station, so that is how they would know how to do it safely. And yeah, at that school, when I wasn't being a little shit and I was actually wanting to learn something, because I realised that they wouldn't send me home, and home is the best thing for me, because I used to love being at home all the time, and I still do. So some things never change, some things stay the same. So yeah, this music teacher, it was my music teacher that got me eating at that school. Moral of the story, he got me onto biscuits, then crackers, and then I just decided to start eating the cooked stuff because it looked really nice and it smelled really nice, and your senses, they know when there's good food around. So what I would do is I'd start waiting in line and I'd eat my food. One of the times I ate some food and then I threw a water bottle at a teacher that pissed me off one day, because like I knew what he said to me. He said something along the lines of me being worthless and I'll never amount to anything. So my response was, eat my food first, because he said it in a dinner line when I was waiting for my food, because I'm not gonna let the good food go to waste. And me, I held a grudge back then, so I got his water bottle, I picked it up out of nowhere, and then I just friggin' lamped it at his face, and it missed him by I think an inch, and he started like trying to grab me, and I would grab him back, and then teachers would literally get onto me and restrain me, sending me to the quiet room, and that's when I'd end up like face first on the carpet, like kissing the floor. Like sometimes floors need love too, so I used to act up on purpose just so I can kiss the floor and give it a hug. So yeah, that's teachers were pretty nice when you wasn't pissed off with them. When you wasn't trying to attack them, they would be quite nice, I'm pretty sure. But some of them would literally try to make kids angry, so I learned that they were trying to make kids angry, so I learned how to control my anger, because if I get angry, I'm going into the quiet room. So I learned how to control anger, because some of the teachers would do specific stuff because they knew that they were dealing with people with disabilities, anger issues, and all sorts of wrong in their head. So so basically some of the teachers would be assholes, and they would try to purposefully make the kids lash out so they would have them out of their class. They were evil, some of them. But one of those teachers that used to piss people off got a broken nose by another student, so that was kind of karma waiting for her. If you're going to piss off kids, they're going to kick you in the nose. And that guy, I think, is possibly now, I don't know if he's in prison, but that was the guy that threatened his neighbour with a knife. So yeah, he was long gone before he left school. He's a wrong un, and he's like the type of person that would befriend you one minute and then be your bully the next minute, and that's what he did to me. So yeah, very evil person. But kind of karma to that teacher that got kicked in the nose and got her nose broken, because like, you don't try to piss off students. It's not a game that you can like literally try to piss people off just to try and get a reaction. And one of the time I was in English class to learn English, and I still haven't learned it to this day, so that class was wasted on me. But I was literally knuckling down doing my work. This teacher comes up to me, grabs a book and fucking whacks my head with it, and waits for a reaction, and I just straight up told them, because I didn't want to go to the quiet room, I was doing my work, I said, don't fucking do that, I'm fucking trying to learn something. Like, just because you're a knobhead doesn't mean I have to be one. And then I just carried on doing my work, and she was surprised that she got that reaction. Yeah, you don't fucking hit a kid on the head with a fucking book when he's trying to learn. There's a time to piss about with the teachers, and there's a time to fucking knuckle down, and that was a time that I was trying to knuckle down. Because I'm pretty sure I was trying to learn something for a upcoming exam, and she just goes and does that. So I just snapped at her that one time. I wasn't fussed about kicking off at the time, I was literally trying to do my work. I wasn't fussed about fucking lamping her back with my fist, but I was like literally just snapped at her and just carried on doing my work. I think that was the best thing that I could have done back then. I think that was the best reaction that I've ever done to a teacher. because any other time if I didn't care about the work or took the work too seriously, I would have literally lamped them back. I don't care if they were a female teacher or a man. You don't hit a male student if you're a female. And if you're a female that doesn't want to get swung on, you don't hit a male student. And if you're a male teacher that doesn't want to get swung on, you better be a nice teacher, otherwise you're going to get swung. Because males are natural targets because they are manly, and we test our masculinity, and it didn't take them long to fucking get me on the ground because I'm a skinny dude that doesn't have any muscles. So yeah, wrestling me down is not it's not hard to do. It wouldn't have been hard to do, I wouldn't expect, but never know. There was this one time where they struggled to get me down, and that was because I was literally holding on to doors and that lot, and they couldn't get my hand unwrapped from the door handle, so that was funny. But yeah, they finally got me down that time as well once they freed up my hand, pried it off the door, and yeah, I was just trying to piss them off that one time. And I heard my friend say, "Yo, calm down," and I'm like, nope. So yeah.
Broken bones, head injuries from hitting or shaking, and they could face up to 15 years.
And then because I noticed that students wanted to go to their class, I literally said, "Yo, get off me, I'm calm now. I'm going to just walk into the quiet room so they can go to their class." Because I was respectful of the other students, so I literally told them, "Yo, I need to move because I'm literally in their doorway." Because they wouldn't allow anybody to come down that corridor while somebody is getting restrained outside of the quiet room, so they would have to wait until I moved. So I would literally be like, "Okay, I'm calm now, let me go into the quiet room," because I realised that there's students on the right hand side of me that was waiting to come through the door to go to their class, and they couldn't do it while I was there, so I was respectful. I was like, the anger just fucking faded away when I noticed I was holding people up.
Years in prison and a fine up to $10,000, which is nothing to these people. These people eat $10,000 for breakfast. I actually do hope they do time in jail because this behavior is unacceptable.